Last one to actually get a time. Only a second now. You'd hope. And there he goes. So it is Berton who wins that one with a 5:13.8. So the very quick time melted away in the second half of that race for all of them. No one's going to be writing home about a 13.8, that's for sure. But as you say, is it enough to put him into the dash for cash? Who knows? One heat to go.
We'll have to find out. Those lineups starting to take shape. Also the oldie and junior finals taking shape, and we're not sure who's eligible for each just yet, so we'll get that confirmed as soon as we can. There's your finishing order. Pretty much the entire field managing 10s there. Simon Willits and John Neumann not quite there. Carlos Durias and then Elliot Taylor only on one lap in the end. Must have had something go wrong early in the session, similar to Bronston in the previous heat. And here we go. Steady. There we go. So here we go for Heat 18. It's Elliot Boots who will lead them away, ahead of Jared Tebow, Cody King, and Ryan Lutz, who was very calm and very cool when we spoke to him earlier. Brian Cavalieri as well, the man who has a chance here to secure TQ status with a day to spare if he gets the win in this heat. Carl McBride, Cole Ogden, Marco Baruffalo, Robert Bataille, and Martin Wilanka are just some of the people who will be out to stop him in this one. And then your final five: Neil Cragg, David Ronnefalk, Darren Bloomfield, who we spoke to earlier as well, Lee Martin and Renio Savoya. It is Heat 18. This is your top seeding, this is your top group, and this will form pretty much most of the Dash for Cash field. But a couple of those guys in the previous heat will be looking to sneak in there, and I think they will have succeeded.
Oh yeah, we'll have a few in there. I would think I'm going to go 11 and 4.
11 and 4 split.
I've no idea, I'm just guessing. So this is the final round of qualifying for the day for the top heat, the final Nitro qualifying. There's still some 3 Nitro races to happen. The oldies, the junior, and the Dash for Cash, which you can see here much later. But thanks to Saw, Agama, S-Works, and Absolute Hobbies for being with us. As you can see, the haze of the smoke is at its highest at the moment.
It will fade after this race a little bit.
Let's pick up the first car out. That's Elliot Boots, car number 1. As he sprints down the straight, there's a red car, it's the second car now, but pick up the one of Boots. Looks like Tebow wanted to get in front of him. Now Boots was lethally quick yesterday, but really hasn't had that same pace today. It's all been about Cavalieri, who's just, I think, it's been a problem for one of the cars who's hit a marshal in midair and flamed out.
It's a shame we didn't get quite as much to hear from Elliot Boots earlier, but he did explain to us the subtle differences in the track from yesterday and today. But he's still right in the mix. The thing is, these are guys separated by the slimmest of margins. So,
so Boots over the DXR. We are how long to go? So this won't be their last warm-up lap.
Yep.
So you can see him trailing down after Tebow. Tebow also not really putting in the sort of performance you'd expect. Up ahead of them is the upside down. Oh, and Tebow took a nasty little titch of someone else who's knocked over there. I think that was a 7 car of Cole Ogden. So Boots now will not start the race yet. There's half a minute to go. They'll both start the next time round. We drop back one car to Tebow. So we'll pick up with Tebow now on focus. As he goes around thinking about starting this final 5-minute qualifier. This is his last warm-up lap. That accident he had earlier was a free accident, Adam. Isn't that great to have a free accident?
It's very rare you have those in racing. One you can immediately write off. It doesn't count. Doesn't affect your start. So Tebow, he will be starting. This will be his first lap, I think, this time by. And the session is underway. And the big question, can Cavalieri wrap up TQ status overnight? That'll be a huge story considering how close these guys have been.
Yeah, I mean, that is absolutely, Adam, can we get a 3 TQ as such? 3 top qualifier rounds will take the overall event. There are 14 cars who want to stop him, but perhaps 3 or 4 who realistically can, and this is one of them. But Tebow also has been a little bit out of sorts today.
He has been a little bit. He's not been quite there where he'd want to be, but you're just waiting, aren't you? Well, that's not going to help his cause at all.
No, that's a bit of an example of his sorts being out of, but it's Ryan Lutz who's taken off quickly. Broomfield as well. 30.5 for Ryan Lutz in the first race.
Now, Ryan Lutz was seriously quick after round 2, and he was very happy with his progress to push Cavalieri to within a couple of tenths. Let's see if he can go one better this time.
So let's see if we can pick up car number 4 of Ryan Lutz, who had this problem last time. And he's just going underneath Frank now. And onto the main straight now. There's Lutz in the Techno, the pink and blue car round the berm. Has looked fast out of the blocks every single time, but not as fast as Cavalieri. Did a 30.1 straight out the bat. So Cavalieri already is laying down the law in what is, I think, a slightly faster day. But Lutz has been consistent. He has been quick with the Techno. And he goes over the S-Works steps and around the Saw corner. It's interesting, he's not pushing. He's inside himself. He's actually concentrating on getting a clean run. The car looks very smooth. Doesn't look quick. Often cars that don't look quick are.
Yep.
Though in my case, when I'm driving, it doesn't look quick. It's because it's not. Around the Agama turn.
But certainly, Lutz has been very calm. When we spoke to him earlier, he's been very cool, very collected. He seems to be very happy with where his pace is right now. He knows he doesn't need to push that much harder. He's right there in contention. And he'll be hoping to try and knock Cavalieri off the TQ perch. But if he can be there or thereabouts, he knows he's got a shot to win overall here.
So Cavalieri just turned in a 30.05, but then again a 30.05 also from Ronnefalk. So Cavalieri and Ronnefalk are fighting this whole thing out. So let's pick up Ronnefalk. Ronnefalk now is just about to go over the S-Works steps and round for the Saw corner. There is Ronnefalk. Let's get him. He's going underneath Frank now. And that is Ronnefalk, obviously one of the remaining HB drivers. Ryan engine power. And coming now down with his distinctive yellow, red and green paint scheme. Down the Model Tech section, hard there and brake. He's currently running in a net second, but Cavalieri is currently the leader on adjusted time. But Cavalieri is one of the last people to finish a lap. So Ronnefalk now underneath us completes another lap, and that lap for Ronnefalk was a 30.1, as was Lutz's last lap. But they're all having to think about Cavalieri, who'll be coming across the line in a minute.
The consistency of the speed out here. These are laps that we've seen, guys, earlier. Oh!
No, and that's a minor mistake, but you can't even afford a 2-second mistake there. And don't even know where that came from. Let's see that again to find out where that problem came from. Did we get a replay? No,
see if we can get a replay up on screen in a minute. But no, it just looked fairly minor to me. But Ronnefalk, I think, just looks like his car is just pushing a little bit further than it can. A little bit further than
earlier part of the track. So that's
yeah, I think this was after his incident.
That's after his incident. Yeah. If he goes down, a nice little shot of him there. There's another incident, but there we go. So there's Cavalieri. Right. So now Thibaut has moved into a higher position. Cavalieri has got the overall advantage in car number 5. So Cavalieri, where is he on the track at the moment? He has
just completed his lap.
Let's see if we can pick up Cavalieri. He's down the straight now. He's going on the berm now. Yellow and magenta coming down over the 10-metre quad. Up through the DXR doubles with 1 minute 21 of the race clock to go. That is Cavalieri. He is 2 races down. He's actually got himself a 3-second lead on predicted time.
It's extraordinary. It's really, really impressive for Cavalieri. Carrying the momentum from last year, carrying a little bit of change from earlier. He admitted yesterday, probably one of the reasons he wasn't quite at the top of the sheets was he wasn't pushing 100% yesterday. So when a man like that admits he was one of the fastest of the day in practice and had something in reserve, you know there is a lot to be expected here.
The Team Associated car and Maxima engine absolutely working in harmony here for Cavalieri, who looks like he's going to TQ the Neo 16 on day 1, which gives him 2 races to fiddle with stuff. Because don't forget, this is a 5-minute setup. They will need a 45-minute setup for the final. That's completely different. You can try harder tyres and you can see how that will affect his car. So it's a huge advantage to give yourself so much extra practice time whilst everyone else scrabbles around to qualify as high as possible. We are now coming towards the last lap. Lutz has finished at 10.505. This is Cavalier's last lap. Unless he crashes now, he will get about a 2-second lead. Lutz and I put superb performance, but Cavalieri only needs to keep it on the island over the S-Works set through the Saw corner. He can pretty much coast from here. He does. I think he knew that. He backed off, crosses the line. Cavalieri is going to take this one, and he's going to take it with a 10.04. Yeah, he did ease off towards the end. That last lap was a 30.6, 30.4. But Cavalieri is your winner of the qualifying round 3, heat 18, and he is also going to be your overall pole sitter because he's put 3 round wins back to back.
Quite something to behold. It is a sensational trio of performances from